What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today we're going to focus in on Yakupov, the #1 ranked player for the 2012 NHL Entry Draft, and what the skilled young Russian winger of the Sarnia Sting will offer an NHL team, most likely the Columbus Blue Jackets, down the line. One thing that jumped off the page at me, besides the eye-popping statistics, is his ethnicity. Obviously, you're going to say, well, he's a Russian. There's tons of Russians. No. He's ethnic Tatar, which is from a region 500 miles east of Moscow. It's predominantly Muslim, and if you really understand Western history, world history, the colonization of Russia, they're descendants of Arab immigrants from the 1000 AD. It's pretty cool, and the name Nail is of Arabic origin, meaning reaching or achieving or gaining success. It's pretty fitting for a player like that, and that's courtesy of Yahoo Sports' Dmitry Chesnokov, who's one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter. But let's talk about Nail's on-ice potential. He's last year, in his first year in the Canadian Hockey League, got to go #2 in the import draft. Had 101 points in 65 games, to the tune of 65 points and 149 goals and 52 assists. 65. I'm just reading shit wrong. It's too early to be up. And this year he's been great. He's got 62 points in 35 games. He's really playing well up in Sarnia. Alongside Galchenyuk's coming back soon. I think he is back. He's back. Let me rephrase that. His center, who's Russian American. So they'll still reestablish the chemistry that had them lighting up the OHL last year. Like I said, outstanding vision on the ice. He's incredibly fast and he's tenacious on the forecheck. He's got a great shot. Everyone's gonna say Ovechkin. He's about 6 inches shorter than Ovechkin. He's about 5'10", whereas most Ovechkin's 6'4", and he's 5 inches shorter than Ovechkin. I see him more, and this is one of my all-time favorite players when I compare him to Pavel Bure. He's more tenacious than Bure. I can watch Pavel Bure highlights from now to the end of time. He's one of the most explosive players ever to play in the National Hockey League. Speed, shot, and speed. I've never seen a player like Pavel Bure, and I think Yakupov has the potential to be like that. He, like I said, he's undersized but he's tenacious. Can you imagine if Bure just threw everything on the line every forecheck? That's what you're looking at in this kid. Great one-timer, great wrist shot, great snap, slap, outstanding offensive abilities. I really can't see him not being a great National Hockey League player. So much so that if I understand there's a draft lottery in the NHL, Columbus, they're more or less a sure the #1 pick. Carolina's gaining ground on them, but why not dump Nash, dump Carter, bring in a whole ton of young players, and start over with this kid as your #1 superstar? You know what I mean? This kid has the potential to be a 50-goal scorer, 100-point guy for years to come. I mean, he played in the World Juniors this year alongside guys that are playing in the KHL, and he's one of the youngest players on that team. Him, Grigorenko, Galchenyuk is a good year for Russian players. Like Galchenyuk, players I think he's actually Ukrainian American. Let me rephrase that. Pretty solid stuff. I'm real excited to see what he can do. You don't see guys like this. He's probably gonna be the highest drafted Russian since Gino at #2. Or at least Ovechkin went #1 that year. You had Russians go 1-2 in the 2004 draft. It's been a drought for Russian players. There's been some good young ones. Dmitry Kulikov of the Florida Panthers comes to mind. But then there's been a lot of busts. Nikita Filatov for one. But the fact that he's already over here playing North America, playing North Americanized game, and he can play it anyway. You want a speed game, he can give it to you. You want to grind it out, he can do it. Two-way game, got it. He's got to fill out his frame a little better and utilize his teammates a little bit more. But with his offensive creativity, I'm not worried about that at all. There's really, talk about the NFL draft. Andrew Luck's, the consensus is going to be the greatest player of all time. This kid's, the equivalent of Andrew Luck. You can't miss on him. That's it for this episode of the Power Play with CJ on top-ranked skater for the 2012 NHL Entry Draft, Yakupov. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season. Later, guys.